Hey ceramic students, I'm here at the studio firing the high fire kiln, and I wanted to show that to you, but first I want to talk to you really quickly about the steps of firing clay. So when you make something out of raw clay, out of wet clay, you're going to let it dry, and it's going to look and sound something like this. Hear that? This is what's called greenware. It's just dry clay. Okay, now that's going to go into one of our electric kilns and get bisque fired. So that's a low temperature firing. It's going to make it into stone, but it's still porous, so it can be glazed really easy. This is what's called bisqueware, and a lot of you guys have had your pieces bisque fired, and it sounds like this. See the difference? Dry clay, bisque fired clay. Then the bisque fired clay is going to get glazed. Now we have all of our buckets of glaze down here. A few of you have glazed your pieces, some of you haven't. And the glaze is rather uninteresting when you look at it. It's like when you paint it on, it looks like a dry paint of some sort. And the color of the wet glaze doesn't have any relation to what it looks like when it's finished firing. Here's an example. This is what this glaze looks like. Sorry. This is what this glaze looks like when it's fired. And that's what it looks like wet. So there's no relation between those. So after your pieces are glazed, and the rules with glazing is you don't want to mix two glazes on the outside of the piece because they can run. And then you always want to get the glaze off the bottom of the pot. And you stack them over there. Notice it's all empty. All of the work that was over there is now out here in the high fire. So you can hear it going. This is our gas kiln. If you look from underneath, you can see the burners working. This is a 4-burner downdraft gas kiln. That is the temperature in Fahrenheit at the moment. And these are called spy plugs. These are little holes into the kiln. When I pull this out, you'll be able to see what it looks like inside. Or you'll just see fire shooting out. Now inside of the kiln, it's completely packed with your work, with glazed pots, and there are also these inside, which are cone packs. And inside, these are all standing upright. You can't really see them because it's too bright, but this is how we tell how hot the kiln is. And this last one is called cone 10, and this is a cone 10 firing. This temperature will get up to probably about 2250 degrees or 2300 degrees for this firing to be finished. And then we're going to shut it down, and it'll take a couple days to cool down. And I look forward to all of you guys getting your work whenever we can arrange that. Be well, you guys.